So, good afternoon, Facebook friends. As promised to you, we are here live today. We're bringing on one of my favorite mayors, probably in the United States of America, who I just absolutely love him, Mayor Baraka. And I was telling him before I came on, we're talking today about COVID. That's what we're going to be talking about today. We're going to be talking about what's going on in the city of Newark, what the numbers are looking like throughout the state. We're going to talk about what the mayor feels that he has to do in order to protect the citizens of his city. And we're going to talk about some suggestions of how you all might want to think about this Thanksgiving, because we're going to have to do things differently. I just got a text about 10 minutes ago where my niece is in a rehab center here in New Jersey. She just tested positive with the virus. My daughter-in-law, her sister last week tested positive with the virus. And a very, very, very close friend of mine, she's like a daughter of mine. I found out yesterday that her sister-in-law, her brother-in-law, and their children have all tested positive with this virus. So this is serious business here. So we're glad that you're stopping in, and we're going to bring on the mayor. Without further ado, one of my favorite mayors of all times, none other than the city of Newark, Mayor Baraka. How are you, Mayor?
Hey, I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. I know you have a lot going on in your city right now, and we're going to talk about that. And I know that you're taking some drastic steps that you feel is going to be in the best interest of the folks in your city. First of all, let's talk about the numbers. What is it looking like right now, COVID in the city of Newark?
Well, our test positivity rate in Newark is twice that of the state. Last Friday, we were at about 21%, and the state was at 12. I think is increased a little bit since then, but we are about half the state. Well, twice as much as the state, I should say. State is half. We are. In some areas, the positivity rate is almost 50% in some areas of the city. So it is worse than the first wave. And, people anticipated that this second time around will be worse. And so we're trying to mitigate it.
How many deaths have you had totally since the beginning of this pandemic?
About 680 people have passed in Newark. Yep.
Oh my goodness. 680 people.
Yeah.
Just a little short of 1,000. And on a daily basis, how many deaths are you looking at now with this new wave?
It's not as high as it was in the beginning. In April, we were getting 30 deaths a day. Now I would say we're about 2 or 3 at this point.
Okay. Well, I think another thing that's happening is that the medical profession has learned a lot about this virus.
Absolutely.
And they're being able to treat people better. But now, are people wearing masks? I mean, what is contributing to these numbers?
Yeah, I mean, people are wearing masks. I mean, now, well, we were at 68%, right? We got all the way down to below 2%. I think people just got comfortable and they got COVID fatigue. They stopped wearing a mask. They stopped focusing on what they were doing, where they were going. The restaurants started crowding people inside. We opened up gyms, barbershops, beauty parlors. So we expect some uptick, but at this rate, it's been a lot. And, everybody's back to work, and they're not following the protocols like we once were. And so people have not been as focused as they should be. And so this is really the result of that. And now a lot of asymptomatic people are testing positive, and they're getting other people, like their entire family, sick.
So tell me about the numbers again. So you hear me fine. I see you and hear you fine.
Yep. Well, we're twice that of the state. In some areas, as I said, is almost 50% in parts of the city. We have to put efforts in place that is different than what the state does. I mean, just that's just mathematics, right? So if we're that far behind, if we do the same things the state did, it doesn't mean we catch up to the state. We might get a little better. The state gets a little better, but we obviously need to do a little more than what's happening in other parts of the state of New Jersey in order to make sure that our people are safe.
Now, I sign on to your updates almost on a daily basis. And one of the things that really surprised me, I was shocked when you said in some households you have anywhere between 6 and 7 people who have tested positive with the virus.
Yes, absolutely. People are, are asymptomatic and they are getting testing positive for the virus, and then they're going home, getting everyone in the household, in fact, sick from the virus, and then they go over to other people in their family's house and the extended family, and they wind up getting the extended family sick. That's why this Thanksgiving lockdown is so crucial, because that's exactly what's going to be happening over this break, and we just need to be mindful of that.
Tell me about the Thanksgiving lockdown. I mean, how do you enforce it?
Well, for the most part, we pray that people adhere to it without being forced to do much. Like that, like there are a couple of restaurants that already called Forno's, Mampu, and said, "Listen, we appreciate what you're doing. We're going to close down before your day. We're going to close down an extra week, or because we understand that this holiday season can be dangerous. The numbers are already high. We don't want to add to that." And so you'll get a number of people who are going to do that anyway because they're just conscientious about what's going on. And then everybody else, we have to go out with our guys, code enforcement and other folks, our task force, to check on them. But other than that, we're hoping that people do it on their own.
Thanksgiving is a tough holiday to have a shutdown like this. And I say to my family that Thanksgiving is a tough holiday that when a lot of folks get together, if a week or two later, you have several members of your family testing positive and some even dying, that's what's even tougher, right?
That's right. And you don't want to be responsible for that. I mean, so the best thing to do is really to hold off, do the Zoom, do the virtual thing, make some calls. You'll get another Thanksgiving, another opportunity for your family to get together, even if it isn't Thanksgiving. But you want to preserve people's health and life as long as you can. Even if you have people that are perfectly healthy, there are issues with people who have had COVID that were perfectly healthy, who now have permanent ailments after they've recovered from COVID. Now they have problems with their upper respiratory system, problems with their heart, these kind of problems that did not exist before. Now they have it.
Right. What are you doing for Thanksgiving?
I'm gonna stay home. My wife, my son, we're gonna, and my mother-in-law. We probably just gonna, make some food in the house and eat and hang out, burn the fireplace, and get on the phone with everybody we know.
Well, let me tell you, you may not know. I know Linda, your wife knows. I just lost my partner of 22 years.
Wow.
She passed away September 27th. So this Thanksgiving, is going to be really tough on me because I'm going to be here by myself. And so my son, who you and my son went to Howard together, he says to me, "Mom, I live right around the corner. You can't just come over and have dinner with me." And I said, "I don't want to take the chance.
Yeah.
I don't want to take the chance. I'm going to cook my turkey, turkey breast and all the trimming. And I have people who have signed up to Zoom with me from 10 o'clock right on to 8 o'clock.
That's right.
And that's what I'm going to do, and it's not going to be the best of all worlds, but it's the best that we can do right now.
That's right. Right. And if you are insistent on bringing people to your house, then make sure that they test negative. Make sure that, that is a small amount of people that are in your immediate family. That's what you have to do. I mean, I know it's tough. It's a time for us. We're being tested, and then we have to, bear through this moment. And it'll go away. This will pass.
Will
The
pass.
vaccine come in. We this is the last leg of the race. We just have to hold on until these last couple of months, and we'll be okay.
Well, one of the things that I say to people about the testing, Mayor, and I'm sure you would agree with me on that, and I'm glad that you're pushing this testing. Folks have got to understand that that test is only as good as the day that you got tested.
That's right.
And if they're going to get tested and it's negative, but then go out and do something foolish in the evening, then that negative test means nothing.
That's right. People do that. They get tested negative. They think now this is a license to go do whatever you want to do. But that's not the reality, because you can get it the next 5 minutes later. So
Exactly.
it's important. And many people, as I'm around, the things that I have to do, I have to get tested regularly. I just got tested before I got on this call, in fact. So I mean, that's important because I'm around people and people are around me, and I want to make sure that I'm okay. But other than that, I just want to set an example so people could consistently get themselves checked out if they're around other people. But hopefully people get tested before the season and then just stay in the house.
Exactly.
With their family. Yep.
Well, that's the only way we're going to beat this thing. We are all going to have to stay put. Right now, my life, as you know, I'm a very, very busy person. Not as busy as the mayor of the city of Newark, but I'm a very busy person.
Yes.
And it's crazy for me that the only place I go right now is in the morning at 6 o'clock. I walk 2 to 3 miles, and then after that, I'm done. I'm just not going to move around people. I'm not going to take that chance.
Right. That's smart.
So I applaud what you're doing. I love the fact that you came on to spend a little time with us now. If you had a message of the few things that you would like people to do, one, of course, is washing their hands.
That's right.
The other is staying the distance. But what are some other things that you would suggest to people to do?
Well, like I said, I would be with my immediate family, people that I live with, for the most part. That's important. I would, if you want to bring other people around, I would make sure they had a negative test, maybe 2 or 3 days before they even came there, or right before there. But also use the computer, use Zoom, use the phone, use all of those other things to make sure you're in touch with your family. And make sure that you don't lose the family, the family culture of this season. And so it's important that you do that. Call people, bring them in the best way you can. You don't have to have them in your house to have them with you. So that's important.
Well, the last thing I want to say to you, we have a young woman, one of the persons watching this right now, Aubrey Molinero. She just lost her husband from COVID, and she is applauding you for being a good example. Aubrey works for one of our agencies here in Mercer County, and she just went to work one day. She just got up and went to work, and just going to work, she got infected with the virus and came home and infected her husband and her son, and her husband has passed away.
Jesus.
And I have to tell you that she knows from firsthand, we know from firsthand, she's a very close friend of our family. So we applaud you for what you're doing. We are behind you 100%. And not just the people in the city of Newark, but we're asking all of our viewers who will watch this over the next several days, do what this mayor is saying. Stay in for Thanksgiving so that maybe we can be together for Thanksgiving of 2021.
That's right.
Thank you, Mayor. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving. I love you.
You too. Love you too. God bless.
All right. Take care now. Bye-bye. Thank you for signing on. Sorry for the technical problems, but I love this man so much. Our mayor, Mayor Baraka.